I'm a kinesiologist from Copeman, Vancouver. Today we're going to run through some drills that are really great to do before you're going to get into a strength workout. So they're going to be gentle stretches and mobility exercises that are going to release some of the really tough muscles like in our neck and shoulders, and then also move our body through some ranges of motion to get some better ranges for when we go into our strength routine. So to get started, it's great to have a pillow that you can sit on, and also maybe a long pillow or a half foam roller or something to help us get a bit deeper into stretches. And I'll try to provide some modifications for people as we go through, just in case you're not as flexible as most. So if you're ready, we'll get into it. We're going to start in a seated position. You can also go on your knees if that's a bit more comfortable for you. I like to have a pillow for me for in a seated position. And then we're just going to sit cross-legged. So if you have anything to assist you in a comfortable position, just get into that position if you can. And we're just going to practice our breath and our posture to start. So we're going to think of being tall in this position. So you're going to draw up out of your hips, long spine, and it's like the bottom of your skull is going up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to bring your belly button in and try not to flare the ribs out. So keep the ribs down slightly towards your hips. And you're just going to breathe in through the nose, fill the belly, fill the lungs, feel expansion out to the side and through the back of the lungs. And then you're going to exhale, and as you exhale, bring your belly button in and try and keep that expansion in the lungs. So the more we breathe into the stomach and into the chest, the taller we're going to feel. And you're just going to try and keep that lower base of your skull going up to the ceiling. And we'll do a few more breaths. Try and keep that tallness as you're breathing. Good, and then this time what we're going to do is we're going to stick our chest out and draw our shoulders down away from our ears and bring our elbows back. Keep that tall position, belly buttons in, breathing into the ribs. And then when we exhale, we're going to go concave, bringing our stomach back behind us and shrugging the shoulders forward. And then as we inhale, we're going to come back up, widening the chest, shoulders down and back and squeeze together behind you. And then we're going to exhale, draw the belly button in and draw it backwards as you go concave. And then we're going to do two more, so inhale. And then exhale. Good job. So now we're going to go into a shoulder and neck stretch. So you're going to start by interlacing your hands behind you and then bringing your fists over to one side. So already you'll feel quite an intense stretch into your shoulder. So you're going to sit in this position here. You're going to go tall with your spine. Bring the base of the skull up to the ceiling. Try not to flare the ribs, so bring the ribs down and the belly button in. You're just going to hold this position here for a few breaths. And then you can relax there, kind of shake it out, and then we'll try one more time. And this time we're going to add that neck stretch in. So you're going to interlace your hands, keep nice and tall, big breath in, and then you're going to tilt your ear towards your shoulder, away from that shoulder that's going to be stretched. So we really want to make sure you're not hiking your shoulder up. You want to keep the shoulders down, away from your ears, but then just slightly tilting the head to one side just so you feel that stretch in the neck. So this is going to release those tight upper traps, and when you start your strengthening exercise later, it'll be a real easier way to get activation into your lats. And then you're going to come back to center, and this time you're going to come down with the ear towards the shoulder, and then you're going to bring the chin forward slightly towards the chest, and you're going to feel that a bit further back in your neck. You're just going to hold that there for a couple breaths. Keeping that tall posture, belly button in, ribs down, shoulders away from the ears. Good job. So we'll shake that out, and then we'll go into the other side. So interlacing the hands, nice and tall, chest proud, and then you're going to hold that stretch for a few breaths. So keep that chest wide, shoulders are down away from your ears, drawn together behind you. And a really good way to kind of intensify the stretch is draw your elbows towards each other. So the more you draw your elbows towards each other, the more intense of a stretch you're going to feel. And then you're going to bring your ear towards your shoulder. Try to keep the shoulders down away from your ears. And then you're going to hold that stretch there. A couple breaths here. Keep being tall in the spine. And then you can come back to center. And then we'll go back down. And then you can bring the chin to chest slightly forward, just so you feel that a bit more in the back of the neck. Great. And then we can shake that out. Hopefully that gives you a bit more space in your neck and your shoulders. So next, if you want to grab your half foam roller, or you can still use your long pillow, we're going to go into a stretch for our thoracic spine and our shoulders. So you're going to be in a kneeling position, so make sure your hips are staying on top of your knees. And you're going to bring the foam roller out so that your hands are flat on it still, but it's out in front of you to a point where you can still keep your hips on top of your knees. And then you're going to come down with the chest towards the ground, and just try and go into whatever range is most comfortable for you. It doesn't have to be an intense stretch. And then from here, you're going to almost kind of bring your butt up towards the ceiling as much as you can, and the more you bring your butt up, the easier it will be for you to bring your chest down. So you want to keep pressing with your hands down onto the pillow, and that will kind of give you space between your shoulder blades to draw them down away from your ears and to activate those lats. And you're just going to breathe a few breaths in this position here. Each time just trying to relax and sink lower into the stretch. You still want to keep a long spine in this position, so you still want to draw the base of your skull towards the wall in front of you, so towards your hands. And you also want to activate the hands down into the roller, but also the hands are going to put pressure down towards your knees. So that will help activate those lats a bit more. Great, and then you can roll back up. Come into a seated position, kind of relax everything out, and we'll try that one more time. So again, we're going to come to a position so that our hips are over top of our knees. You're going to stick the butt up towards the ceiling. You're going to roll out so that your hands are far away from you, but still able to press down onto the pillow or the roller. And then you're going to keep that long spine, draw the shoulders down away from your back, and then bring your chest down towards the ground. And then try and activate the hands so that they're pressing and going down towards your knees. So we're going to breathe here a few breaths, trying to get the chest a bit further down. Keep that length in your spine, belly button's in. Good job. You can roll back up to center. We'll just go for a quick cat-cow, just to kind of get some range back into the spine. And then you're just going to bring the hands out, drop to the elbows, and sit back towards the heels. Keep the chest up, and then coming back to center. Excellent. So next we're going to go into a tabletop position. So you're going to have your feet flat on the ground. You're going to have your arms behind you with your hands facing towards your bottom. You can activate the fingers into the mat just to help your wrists out of it. And from here you want to do a proud chest, so stick out the chest, bring the shoulders down away from your ears. You're going to push into your feet, especially the heels, to bring your hips up towards the ceiling. And try and extend the hips so that you have a flat back. You really use your glutes here to extend the hips and have the belly button drawn in. Try and bring your elbows back to help activate the arms. And then you're going to bring your body back down to the starting position. Then we're just going to windshield wiper the legs. A few times. And then we're going to go back up to that hip extension. So really activate the glutes. Get that nice plank, solid tabletop into your hips. Belly button's in. Then you're going to slowly come down back to the seated position. Windshield wiper the legs. And then we'll come back up to that tabletop position one more time. And down. And windshield wiper the legs. Excellent. Next we're going to be doing some thoracic rotation. So you're going to go in a side lying position. You're going to have your knees in a 90-degree angle in front of you. You can have your shins parallel to the mat. And then from here you're going to interlace the hands behind your head. And you're going to start so that your hips are stacked on top of each other, shoulders are stacked on top of each other, belly button's in. And then from this position here, you're going to rotate the top elbow up as you inhale, and then you can exhale as you go back. So try and have all the rotation come from your upper body, and try not to have your hips moving back with your arm. And then you're going to exhale back to the starting position. So inhale, exhale, open up, hold, inhale, and then exhale back to the starting position. So inhale, exhale, hold, inhale, exhale, return. So we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Make sure your knees are still together and your hips are stacked. And then belly button's in, and then we're going to come back to start. So we'll do it 1 more time on this side. Keep your gaze on your elbow. So if you wanted some extra from here, you could go into a straight arm, and that'll help you get extra range. Next, we're going to go on to the other side. So again, we're going to have elbows together to start, shoulders stacked, hips stacked, knees up, keep them together. And then you're going to inhale, and then exhale, rotate, open up, hold, inhale, exhale to come back. And then inhale, exhale, hold, inhale, exhale, come back. Good job. Inhale, exhale, hold, and come back. Last one. Inhale, exhale, hold, and then rotate to come back. Excellent job. Okay, into a standing position, we're going to go into some side lunges to help activate our side glutes. We're also going to add some upper body thoracic extension into that. So you're going to interlace your hands behind your head. Try and keep a nice tall position, but your shoulders down away from your ears so you're not hiking up. So in this position here, you're going to try and keep your ribs from flaring, so always have an activation of your ribs down towards your hips to engage your core with your belly button in. And then we're going to sit back like there's a chair behind us and try and go as far back as you can with your butt. Keep the feet active into the mat, so you want to feel all 4 corners of your feet in the mat. There will be quite a bit of weight on your heels, but you still want to keep your toe and pinky toe active. And then you're going to step back up and extend the hips forward to come up. So we'll try the other side now. Get the butt right behind you, and then extend the hips, squeeze the glutes to come back. So we'll just do about 10 total. That's going to help to activate your glutes and your hips. Then also get some thoracic extension in as well. So you really don't want to be pulling on the neck at all. You want most of the work happening in the legs and the glutes and the hamstrings, and then you'll feel a bit of the upper spine active as well. We'll do a few more here. And last one. Excellent job. Okay, lastly, you're going to be laying on your stomach. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the feet together, knees together, squeeze the knees together, squeeze the feet together. Keep the feet nicely on the floor and keep the knees activated into the floor. Belly buttons up. You got your hands in an L shape out beside you. And then you can keep your head down towards the mat. So either resting on the mat or slightly up in extension. So you always want to, in this position, squeeze the butt cheeks, keep the legs active, but also draw out of your spine so you have a tall spine. Base of your skull is driving forward. So instead of thinking of going upwards with this exercise, think of going long towards that side of the wall. So in this position, keep that long neck, long spine, and then you're going to hover the elbow and the hand off the ground. Keep all the legs active, glutes active as you do this, and try and have the hands level with the elbows to start. And you want to bring the shoulders down away from your ears and slide the elbows down towards your hips, and that's going to help activate your lats and your shoulders. So from this position here, you're going to bring the hands higher than the elbows and then bring them back down. So try and maintain that length in your spine as you're doing this exercise. And we're just going to go for 10 hands higher than the elbows and then bring them back down. So if you're finding it's starting to hurt your neck, you can come down for a rest with your neck, but just try and have it hovered off the ground. So again, keeping that length, you will start to shake in this exercise, but always remember to keep your shoulders away from your ears, so you don't want them hiking upwards. Keep breathing, belly button's drawn up, butt is squeezed, legs are active. Okay, we've got 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Come down for a rest. You can sit back towards your heels. Just come into a quick stretch.